So you want to launch an online business and you are starting from scratch. Don't worry, I have got you. Here is a simple 3-step process that you can use to start an online business from scratch right now from home. Jump on in and let's get started. Hey there, if you don't know me, my name is Em Winch. I'm the founder at Morris Bear Designs and the head geek over here. I nerd out all about website design, sales optimization, and sales funnels to get you the results that you want to making a bigger impact and an income online. So if you are new here, be sure to click like and follow and be notified of new videos as they go up. So when you're starting a business from scratch, there's a couple of things that you need to really focus on. Usually there's this pump of massive excitement when you're just starting out and you get all of the feels about everything that you want to do, everything that comes up, and you really start vibing with the whole thing. And then you hit this point where you start to get really nervous because there's an never-ending to-do list. There's marketing, there's logos, there's all the things you think you need. And it can really stop you in your tracks. In fact, most people don't even get off the ground because they're too busy looking at all of this stuff. So here's a couple of tips that I want to give you to just really start small, start really intentionally, and actually make progress. There's this great quote I normally have with big dreams and big action. But if you actually do take smaller action, you will be able to move past that fear and move past that stuck feeling of actually getting through it. My sister talked about this to me yesterday and she had a wonderful resource. So if you do need help with that full getting stuck and you do want some coaching, let me know and I'll hook you up. But in a couple of little actions that we can take, there's a really good place to start. So the first thing that you want to do is get really clear on who you want to serve. So really clear on who your people are and what difference you will make to their world. So there's a difference in thinking I'm a website designer versus I help people get clients online. That's the same thing, but one is talking about the process, one is talking about the result. So I want you to really get clear and think about how that process and that result looks for you and looks for your client. Once you can tap into what they're actually really struggling with and how you can help them move through that, you start to see a whole new different way of looking at your business, and it becomes really powerful. That's where you start to switch into that point where you do make a really big impact online. So one is knowing your audience, knowing who you're speaking to, and really do that. Jump into a list of where they are right now, where they want to jump to 3 months after working with you. What's that going to look like? What's that transformation process that you take them through? And how can you show that in your social media, all of your marketing, all of your emails, all of the ways that you connect with people? Start there and you cannot go wrong. I promise you of that. It will help you with your branding. It will help you with your colors. It will help you with absolutely everything. And it's what I like to call setting up a bankable brand. It makes you impact, it makes you income, and it makes you really compatible with your ideal customers. All right, so step 2 on that note is moving into a way to actually transact with your clients. Now, when you're starting out, a complete website can be overwhelming, but there are 10 pages that you do need on your website that will actually allow you to take a complete stranger on the internet who's seen your marketing, who's seen your message that you've just come up with, has seen your bankable brand and relates to you. And then you actually take them on this journey to actually connect with them further. So that can look like having a sales page ready to go that you can send people to. Any way that you can actually say, okay, here is my info, here's how we can connect, what's the next step of working with us. So actually having a home base outside of your social media is critically important. Now, you can DIY it, you can hire a designer, that is completely up to you and your budget. The real meat here though is making sure that the work is done to actually make this convert. So really diving into that process in the bankable brand, really going through, okay, what does my homepage need to say to actually connect with a customer? What does my homepage need to do to build trust with a customer? And how can I show my story in my website, in my online presence? Now, we talk about this so much, and there's a whole series of actual site planning and conversion copywriting tips and tricks and templates that we run through in both my DIY programs as well as my one-to-one service. There is also a guide just to really run through exactly what pages you need. So basically, it's a home page, an about page, a sales page to make sure that you are actually presenting what you're offering, your contact form, your privacy and your terms to make sure that you're compliant with any of the online advertising spaces. When you're starting out, it's a really good idea to have a budget set aside for advertising just to help you get that boost. It doesn't need to be Facebook, it can be Instagram, it can be YouTube, it can be Google. That's completely up to you. You also do want to have then an application process laid out as well. Now, this is one thing that a lot of people don't set up from the get-go, and it really holds you back. Having a process where you can actually invite people to submit a form or answer some questions to make sure that the people that you are speaking to, if you do a free consult, are actually really good fits for you. It's the number one cause of burnout is just doing endless consult calls and not having any return on that. It can really damage your confidence, it can really damage your energy levels, and it can really hold you back from moving on to the next step. So having that application process in place is really, really important. It also sets you up as a premium provider and stands out as an expert online as well. So with that said, step 3 is then to actually set up a simple sales funnel. So having a sales machine set up in your business is an insane advantage. And if you start here from the get-go, you will see great success from the start. So this doesn't need to be extremely complicated. What we will need to do is break this down into a lead magnet, so something that people will pay money for and follow up with you. We also have a sequence of nurture emails, ways to keep in touch with people, and then taking them back to that application. So connecting the dots into this great way that you can actually stay in front of the people who are visiting your site. You could be getting 10,000 visits a week, 10,000 visits a month, but unless you are actually using these contacts and converting them into something, you're going to keep spending money on paid ads. So you can retarget people with your Facebook ads, but unless you're actually keeping up with them, you're going to be stuck in that endless cycle of paying for ads, paying for people to see your work. Unfortunately, social media isn't the best way to actually stay in front of your customers. So converting them into an email list, finding a way to really connect with them is extremely important. And I wish I'd set mine up from the very first step. But about 11 years ago, they weren't quite as popular. They weren't as easy to set up either. So last week I did a video about the 6 tools that I use to run my online business. It's a great one that works alongside this video. You can click back in the video history and watch that, or jump on over to the blog at morrisbaird.com/blog and you can check that one out as well. If you have any questions about starting your online business, please feel free to message me, leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like and subscribe button just down there to be notified of when I next go live and all of my video uploads. If you'd like to follow along in real time, you can find me over at facebook.com/MorrisBairDesigns. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. All of the details are in the video notes below, and I'll see you all next week.